Notre Dame's better than I thought a little bit. Google Signetti now. After this loss, Notre Dame destroyed his offense, holding them to 3. They got a garbage touchdown late. It's 27-11 right now with 52 seconds left. Indiana miraculously got an onside kick after that garbage touchdown. So this is technically still a game, but Notre Dame handled these guys. It was 29 degrees in South Bend to start this game. Much colder here. As you can see, I'm bundled up. But Notre Dame is what I thought Michigan was going to be this season. Ground and pound. Riley Leonard was much better than a Alex Orji at running back. That's what I wanted Michigan to do. He's a much better passer. So that was the difference there. And Notre Dame is in the playoff, and they're going to advance to play number 2 Georgia in their backyard. And those two, if I'm not mistaken, had a home-and-home series not too long ago where Georgia won. So Notre Dame, great win for you here. But next up is Georgia. Now they're without their quarterback. So we got a 4th and 1 for Indiana right now live to keep this game going. And there's probably going to be another timeout, probably by Notre Dame. I don't know what everyone's waiting on. All right, the ref was standing over the ball. Here we go. 4th and 1 for Indiana. They got it. Now they got to get up and hurry. Clock stops with a first down under 2 minutes. So get up to the line and go. They did. They only wasted 2 seconds. 8-yard catch out of bounds. Wow. You know, Indiana had opportunities in this game, and I'll get to them in the breakdown of this game, but they had on 4th and 4 on Notre Dame's 16-yard line. Why would you kick a field goal when you're down 14 points? I'd never understand that. Ohio State did that versus Michigan a few times in the past 4 years. And then, why are you running the ball right up the gut on first down when you're down a lot of points, Indiana? What do you think, you're Ohio State? No. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Especially versus a great front like Notre Dame has here. The cold weather, I think, was a factor in some of these punts for Indiana, too. Bad punts. They were in 3rd down a lot in this game. 3rd and long. And that doesn't work. Here's a 2nd and 10. And he caught it for a touchdown. Can they get the 2-point conversion and then get another onside kick and then get a touchdown and another 2-point conversion in 25 seconds? They have 1 timeout. Wow, what an ending here. Let's see. Holy smokes. They got a 2-point conversion on their last touchdown, yep. So, could they get another one? And then another one. Rourke is in a shotgun formation. It's batted up and it's no good. So down 10, it's a 2-possession game. Notre Dame wins this game. Finally. Uh, in the first quarter of this game, it was very interesting. Indiana lost 3 yards on their first play on a run. Notre Dame was all over it, and they went 3 and out to start this game. Notre Dame then had a 1-yard loss on their first play on a run. And then Leonard's first pass was batted up in the air, and it was intercepted by Indiana at Notre Dame's 41-yard line. So Indiana had good field position here. A hold on Indiana backed them up to start that drive, but on 3rd and 14, Rourke had a completion to Surratt for 28 yards. But the very next play, Rourke threw an interception at Notre Dame's 2-yard line. Instead of taking the check down, the safe pass, he went for it all, and it cost Indiana. Notre Dame then had the ball at their 2-yard line, and Jeremiah Love broke through. Indiana was trying to get that safety, and that can hurt you. You know, we've all played Madden and everything. A lot of scores from the 2-yard line, and that's what Notre Dame did. Jeremiah Love had a 98-yard TD, which tied the program history for the longest run in a game. It was up the left side, just broke free, beautiful. 7-0 Notre Dame. Indiana then, Ellison had a 10-yard run for Indiana, and then a 6-yard run. Then Lawton had a 22-yard run, and on 3rd and 8, it was incomplete, and Indiana punted to Notre Dame's 17-yard line. Notre Dame just won officially as the time winds down. So Rourke was 1 of 6 to start this game, and I think cold weather affected him as well. Notre Dame then got the ball, and on 3rd and 6, Collins had a 10-yard catch. Then Price had an 8-yard check down. On 3rd and 2, Williams had a 6-yard run, and he was a big factor. He played more snaps than any of the running backs. I think Williams did. So you'll hear his name throughout this breakdown. He was great. In a 27-17 win over Indiana. A catch and fumble got Notre Dame 8 yards on that drive, a 5-yard check down for Williams, and then it was the end of the second period. It was a 16-play, 83-yard drive that took 9 minutes after Faison had an 8-yard screen, and then a play action to Thomas for a 5-yard touchdown. It was 14-0 Notre Dame early in the second quarter. Then Indiana had the ball. All right, Williams had a 10-yard catch. Great. Ellison, 15-yard run. And then a couple of incompletions. 3rd and 10. And there was a tackle for a loss by Mills from Notre Dame. And the punt was shanked again this time to Notre Dame's 20-yard line. Notre Dame had the ball. Leonard to Mitchell for 10 yards. But 2 straight tackle for losses by Indiana forced a 4-and-out. And Notre Dame's punt was to Indiana's 36-yard line, so pretty good field position again. But what could Indiana do? Well, they got into a 3rd and long again, 3rd and 10. But this time Surratt had a 15-yard catch over the middle, and a hold on Notre Dame in the secondary gave Indiana 10 more yards. Price then a 17-yard catch. Price had a 6-yard catch. And on 3rd and 5, it was stuffed at Notre Dame's 16-yard line. On 4th down, on their 16-yard line with 4 yards to go, down 14 in the second quarter, late, you got to go for it. You have to go for it, Indiana, right there. And I think you would have got it. You were moving the ball. They elected to kick the field goal, and they made it after a timeout. So they wasted a timeout as well at the end of that half to decide to go for a field goal. No, 14-3 Notre Dame with 3:26 left in the half. Notre Dame had the ball. 3rd and 6. A catch was caught by Faison after review, and he rolled up on it on the ground, but I think he had possession of it. And Leonard then had a 6-yard run, another 6-yard run. Williams then had a 9-yard check down again by Riley Leonard, and a 3rd and 1. Williams had a 12-yard run. So on 3rd and 10, though, it got to there on the cusp of field goal range. Williams had a 5-yard catch. And a 49-yard field goal was good for Notre Dame. The worst statistically in field goal territory. The worst kicking stats in the nation. 50%. Not good. But they made the 49-yard field goal. And it was 17-3 Notre Dame at halftime. Notre Dame got the ball to start the second half, and Indiana had to get a stop. And they did in this game. In the 3rd period, a reverse pitch on the kick return for Notre Dame got them all the way down to Indiana's 47-yard line. I'm like, oh, here we go. But a delay of game right after that, and a 3-and-out for Notre Dame. They punted to Indiana's 12-yard line, though, so now Indiana had to go score to make this a game, and they could not. Rourke was sacked by Mills for 8 yards at Indiana's 4-yard line, but Mills didn't get up after that. Hopefully he's going to be okay going forward for Notre Dame. He's a great player, but... And then an offsides on Notre Dame gave Indiana some yards. And on 3rd and 11, Rourke was sacked, though, by Young this time for 8 yards to Indiana's 3-yard line. The punt was a good one this time, but it was returned to Indiana's 43-yard line. And then 11 plays that 7 minutes led to a Notre Dame touchdown. Or field goal, excuse me. This was a drive like none other. Faison had an 8-yard play action catch. Price had a 9-yard run. A questionable catch for a first down was not reviewed. I think that one may have hit the ground. Not that it mattered, because Indiana can't score and Notre Dame was eating all the clock in this game. A late hit out of frustration by Indiana cost them 15 more yards. Thomas had an 8-yard sweep, kind of a sweep action. And from 3rd and 4, from the 6, Indiana got a tackle for loss. Freeman forced Signetti to waste a timeout, though, because of a shift on defense and on the field goal try, and it cost him. But the field goal was good. It was made from 33 yards by Notre Dame to go up 17 points. There's still 4 minutes and 21 seconds left in this game, in the 3rd period in this game. But Indiana handed it off up the middle. You're down 17 points. You've only scored 3. You have to attack this defense. You have to. Go get it. That's what these high-flying offenses with great wide receivers don't understand, is they have them, but they don't use them. They don't use them like Ohio State. They run up the middle versus Michigan. Doesn't work. Especially down 20-3. Why are you doing that? So, Indiana had the ball. And on 3rd and 3, it was overthrown because of pressure. It could have been a huge gain, but Notre Dame brought the house, and Indiana's punt went to Notre Dame's 31-yard line after a 3-and-out again. Notre Dame then, Collins had an 8-yard catch. Love was dead to rights in the backfield. But a stiff arm. He evaded a guy behind him. Stiff armed the guy in front of him. Put him all the way to the ground. And it got him 7 yards. After he was dead to rights in the backfield. Looked like it was going to be a 5-yard loss. Evans then had a 9-yard catch and dive to the 1 yard from the first down. Love then had a 10-yard catch and run. And then it was the fourth quarter. Leonard had an 8-yard draw. Greathouse had an 8-yard catch. On 3rd and 6, it was incomplete. And the field goal was blocked by Indiana. That heavy ball, man. Playing with a cold football is like playing with a rock. And imagine kicking it. That had to have been tough. But it was blocked. And then with 12 left in this game in the fourth quarter, Indiana had the ball. Price had a 10-yard catch. And on 3rd and 10, Ellison had a 1-yard loss on a screen play, on a running back screen play. And on 4th and 11, they punted the ball. Why? Why are you punting the ball down 3 scores when you know Notre Dame had a 9-minute drive previously? With 10:34 left, Notre Dame had the ball. Faison had a 13-yard catch. Love had a 6-yard run. Leonard had a 6-yard scramble. Williams with a 6-yard run again. Faison then with a 34-yard catch over the middle to Indiana's 1-yard line. Riley Leonard then had his 15th rushing touchdown to break a Notre Dame record, to put Notre Dame up 27-3. And I thought this game was over. That was a 9-play, 78-yard drive that took 6 minutes. But as we saw at the end of that, Indiana scored a garbage touchdown to make it 27-11. And they got an onside kick, and then they got another touchdown, but they could not get their 2-point conversion. So there you go, game is over. Notre Dame had 194 rush yards versus the number 1 rush defense in the nation, to Indiana's 53 or something like that, rushing yards. Riley Leonard was 23 of 32 for 201 yards. Notre Dame is a touch better than I thought they were going to be. Everyone in my preview that said Notre Dame was going to blow out Indiana, you were almost right. I was almost right. It was a good game. At the end, Notre Dame did handle Indiana. So they get to go play number 2 Georgia in the quarterfinal. I think with pride. And like I said, Georgia is without back. I think they're more talented across the board than you, Notre Dame, but you could win that game. For Indiana, what do you hope going forward happens? That your 30 transfers come back? I hate to give Indiana grief because it was a great season for them. But as a Michigan fan, I know it takes multiple years to build a championship-type callus. And Indiana is far from that. Notre Dame is close. If they joined a conference, now I'm giving you Notre Dame shit. Join a conference, and you would have had a higher seed. You would have had a higher seed, but you wouldn't have got this home game versus Indiana and state rivals. So there you go. A win for you. Now you get to play Georgia. Man, we'll see what happens going forward. Saturday, 3 games left. 3 games left tomorrow night. Stay tuned for reactions for those. Previews for the quarterfinal next week. And I'll see you on the next one. Congrats, Notre Dame. But go blue. Beat Bama. Let's go. Thanks, everybody.